Okay, can you see the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, children. Welcome to the first virtual class of civics. And today I'm going to continue with the same topic which I have started last time, right? So last time I tried to teach you in a different way. So today I thought that let me teach you in a different way again. Okay, so is the blackboard visible to you? And the written topic is visible to you? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you can
Yes, sir.
turn off your camera. You can turn off your camera and focus on the video. Okay. So functions of the Union Parliament. Last time I told you that I'll be teaching you about the functions of the Parliament and all the topics related to the Union Parliament, that is Union Legislature, I have already discussed to you, right? So is there any doubt related to those topics? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha? Anybody wants to ask? You can ask me. You can just one by one turn on the camera and ask me. Anybody wants to ask?
No, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
can you once more, sir?
No.
Sir, can you tell me the functions of Rajya Sabha again?
Function of Rajya Sabha. Who is asking this?
Prashant.
Wait, I have not started the topic function of Rajya Sabha. Let me come to the point. Whatever was taught earlier, from there, is there any doubt? I'm asking that.
Sir, in our previous class, you taught us this topic.
Wait, I did not teach you. Take it properly, okay?
Okay,
In the
sir.
previous class, I taught you about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So today, I'm going to discuss about the functions of the Union Parliament. So whenever we talk about the Parliament, Parliament means two houses are there, isn't it? Lok
Yes, sir.
and Rajya Sabha. Isn't it? If I am talking about the function of the Union Parliament means I am talking about the function of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Both I am talking about. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
now let us discuss about some of the important functions one by one. Like number one. Number one, we'll discuss about legislative function. Legislative function. Okay? Legislative function. So the prime objective of legislature is to make laws. So how are laws passed in the parliament? Now let me tell you, there are two types of bill. There are two types of bill. First one is the money bill and the second one is the ordinary bill. Okay. So related to ordinary bill when it is passed, it becomes an act. So ordinary bills are introduced in any of the house. So ordinary bill can be introduced in Lok Sabha also or Rajya Sabha also. Okay. Suppose a bill is introduced in Lok Sabha. Okay. Bill is introduced in Lok Sabha. So after getting passed from Lok Sabha, the bill will be sent to Rajya Sabha. So after being passed from Rajya Sabha will send it to the president. Bill will be sent to the president. Okay. So when the bill is sent to the president and president signs the bill, signature, the bill, then it will become an act. The first important function of parliament is passing of bill. Okay, legislative function bills can be introduced in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. If the bill is introduced in Lok Sabha, after getting passed, it will go to Rajya Sabha. If the bill is introduced in Rajya Sabha, after being passed from Rajya Sabha, it will be sent to Lok Sabha. And after passing it from both the houses, it will be sent to the president. And after the president signs the bill, it becomes an act. That is the first function of the Union Parliament. Okay. Suppose, for example, if the bill is passed from Lok Sabha, but it is not passed in Rajya Sabha. Okay, there is a deadlock in passing of the bill. There is a deadlock in passing of the bill. Then joint sitting will be held. Joint sitting means president will summon both the houses. President summon means to call. Summon means to call. President will call both the houses to sit together and and clear the bill. And that joint sitting is presided over by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Okay, so that way the clearance will be done. Now, executive power number 2. Executive functions. So you know that in Lok Sabha, government is formed, right? As a whole, all the members of Lok Sabha, okay, they are to perform certain functions in the parliament. A government is also formed in Lok Sabha. Oppositions are there also in Lok Sabha. So executive powers. What are the executive powers? Like who all are called executives? Prime Minister is the executive, and then Council of Ministers is the executive. So all of them together are known as Council of Ministers. All the Council of Ministers, they are the executive. Okay. So what are the functions of the executive? Executive executes the laws passed by the legislature. Okay. And there is one topic in your book, you can take it, control over the executive. Okay. Lok Sabha as a whole. Okay. Lok Sabha as a whole can control over the executive. How will the Lok Sabha control over the executive? So control over the executive by passing a no confidence motion. Okay. So what is mean by no confidence motion? So no confidence motion means whenever opposition passes a no confidence motion, and if it is passed, then the government has to resign. Government has to resign. That is known as no confidence motion. That means lack of confidence in the government. Lack of confidence in the government. So you can see the important terms in the last page of your book. You'll get it. No confidence motion. So no confidence motion is passed always by the opposition. If they feel that that government is not in a position to function as a full-fledged government, the majority is less. The numbers to form the government is less. That time they pass a no confidence motion. And if the no confidence motion is passed, the government has to resign. So if that type of fear is there in the minds of the government, that government will work smoothly. Government will work smoothly. Okay, children? Now, number three, electoral functions. Electoral function, legislative function, executive function, electoral function. I think it is not there in your book also. Just listen to me. So electoral functions means both Lok Sabha. Whenever we talk about parliament, parliament means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. There are two houses in the parliament, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha together, electoral function. They elect the president. So Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members elect the president. Okay. Electing power of the parliament. Electoral function means what type of election they do. So they elect the president. So both the members of the parliament, Lok Sabha member and Rajya Sabha member, elect the president. And second one, vice president. Is that clear? Are you understanding?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the electoral function of the parliament. Now, two more is there. Lok Sabha. Within the Lok Sabha elect one speaker and deputy speaker. Lok Sabha alone, the members of Lok Sabha alone elect one speaker and a deputy speaker. That is also the electoral power of the Lok Sabha. And on the other hand, Rajya Sabha elect one vice chairman of Rajya Sabha. Vice chairman of Rajya Sabha. So all this comes under the electoral powers or the functions of the parliament. Is that clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No doubt,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now number four. Let us talk about judicial power. Judicial power or functions. So do they perform any judicial activities in parliament? Of course, yes. Like whenever a president is to be removed, suppose like a president is also a human being. President is also a human being, right? If the president goes against the constitution, must be punished or not? If anybody goes against the constitution, should they be punished or not? Tell me.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No person is above law. No one is above law. Okay. So in this case, little different process is followed. So that process is known as impeachment. The president, if he goes against the constitution and if it is proved that he is guilty, then he will be removed through a process called impeachment. Okay, impeachment. So that impeachment procedure is followed in the parliament. That impeachment procedure is followed in parliament. Like if anything goes wrong or if I am against the constitution, then my case will be filed in the court or not. I have to go to the court. But here in the case, the parliament becomes a court. So if the allegation on the president is imposed by Lok Sabha, then investigation will be done by Rajya Sabha. If allegation on the president is imposed by Lok Sabha, then investigation will be done by Rajya Sabha. If Rajya Sabha imposes an allegation on the president, then Lok Sabha will investigate the entire case. Okay, and during this process of investigation, president is also present to he also is allowed to defend himself. Our judiciary is very good. No, we are also allowed, even a murderer, even a killer, they are also given a lawyer. Even a terrorist, they can also hire a lawyer. Okay, children. So that is the process called impeachment, judicial power. Okay. Now, next one, constituent. Constituent power and function. Constituent powers and powers or the function means that amendment. Constitution can be amended. Okay, constitution can be amended. So the parliament of our country has the power to amend the constitution. Amend means to bring certain changes in our constitution. Certain changes. That means some acts are not required, so that is removed, and new acts are introduced. That is possible. It is done by the parliament. Okay, a certain amendment procedure is followed, and that is followed by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So these things we need to have a very good mind to understand it. For that, we'll wait for you to grow up and reach class 10, 12. That time I'll explain about it in detail. So right now, thus for this level, constituent function means parliament can amend or bring amendment in the constitution. Amendment means certain changes in the constitution. Whole constitution cannot be changed. Certain changes. Okay, children. So that is done by the.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are some of the important powers and functions of the union legislature or union parliament. Now, in your book, in the previous class, I taught you about the subject, union list, state list, concurrent list. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So, yeah, that comes over here. Whenever laws are passed, that means union government can make laws on the subject mentioned in the union list. Whichever subjects are mentioned in the union list, laws can be passed. Okay, so wait, just a minute. I'll show you. Share screen, start now. Okay. Now see here. Very good. Just a minute, okay? Okay, here you can see here. Yeah, this one. Do you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
here you can see union list is there, concurrent list is there, state list is there. These are the subjects. So many are there, 97, but in the circle you can see only few, right? So many are there. So whichever subjects are mentioned in the union list, laws will be passed by the union legislature. Whichever subjects are mentioned in the state list, okay, state list, laws will be passed by the state government.
Union legislature.
Okay, state government. State government will pass the law. Is that clear, children? So in the previous class also I have discussed regarding all this. Can you see me? Can you see the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how, my dear. Ananda, turn on your camera. Fast. Don't wait. Yes. So, any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, very good. Now you can go on, off, and Prasad, on the camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Little bit. Okay. So, any doubt?
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay. So this is all about from this chapter. Okay, children? This is all about from this chapter. So still, if you have any doubts, and so many videos are lying there on my channel, you can watch it. Okay, children? So this much for today.
Yes, sir.
Hope you all have understood it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Meet up in the next class. Till then, take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.